Welcome back everyone. The 2022 NBA Draft is only a few weeks away, and while we've all heard about Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, and Paolo Banchero, who are presumably the top 3 draft picks, there is much more talent available than only them. In fact, we might be looking at one of the deepest drafts we've had in a while now, with there being star potential from pick number 1 all the way down to the final pick in the entire draft. And I'm really not joking about that either. It's becoming more and more common for star players to emerge of the second round, and I would not be shocked to see that happen again. Now, it's definitely hard to find those players, and I highly doubt that another Nikola Jokic type of talent will be uncovered, but I truly believe that the 2022 draft class could hold a lot of hidden gems. And one player that I'd be willing to bet on is probably one that you've never heard of, with that being David Roddy. A junior out of Colorado State, he is currently projected to be taken in the mid to late second round. However, he is not your typical second round project player. No, definitely not. David Roddy is an absolute athletic anomaly, and is quite possibly one of the most unique second round prospects we've ever had. He is a mammoth of a human being. The guy is 6'6", 255 pounds, and has a near 7-foot wingspan, all of which is only complemented by his great athletic ability. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Are we really sure this guy is not a football player? And well, you would actually be partially right by thinking that. David Roddy had offers to play either college football or college basketball at the D1 level, and while that is not relatively uncommon, it is for a player of his size. Oftentimes, you hear about a basketball player who could have played at wide receiver, cornerback, safety, or really any position that involves a lot of agility. But it's pretty rare to hear about an NBA player who could have been a linebacker, defensive end, or really anywhere on the defensive line. That typically does not equate to an NBA level athlete, but David Roddy is simply built different, and I don't mean that as a joke either. The guy is truly an athletic marvel. And the thing is, there is much more to his game than only physicality or pure raw athletic ability either, as he is a lot more skilled than given credit for. He often played at power forward during college, but he is capable of playing at anywhere from shooting guard all the way down to maybe even center in the NBA. And that is something that cannot typically be found in the second round, let alone even in the mid to late first round either. But with the way he is built, and with how the game is played in today's NBA, David Roddy could be a Draymond Green or Grant Williams type of player. Although, I think he has much more offensive potential than either of them, and in some ways, he might even remind you a little bit of Charles Barkley. I mean, there are not too many guys who can move the way he can at his size and have the all-around offensive ability that David Roddy does, but Charles Barkley would definitely be a guy who comes to mind. Now, don't get me wrong here, I'm not saying that he will become the next Barkley, but I am saying that he has a comparable build, athletic ability, and overall skill set too. We are talking about a guy who put up over 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, nearly 3 assists, and shot an absurd 57% from the field and nearly 44% from beyond the arc. Even though he played at a mid-major like Colorado State, there are very few, if any, college players who are capable of putting up those numbers, while at the same time doing everything on the court that he did. And in my opinion, between his numbers, unique two-way potential, and athletic ability at his size, every team should have a level of interest in David Roddy. However, that has simply not been the case so far. Like I mentioned before, he is currently projected to be taken in the mid to late second round, or to potentially even go undrafted, which in my mind is a big time mistake. David Roddy is one of the most unique players in the entire draft, and has some of the highest upside of any second round draft pick in recent memory. With all of that being said though, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on David Roddy? Do you think he will turn out to be a hidden gem, or do you believe his game will not translate to the NBA? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to those of you who took the time to watch until the end of this video, and until the end of all of my videos in general. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.